I tried to run back into a fire drill. It was 3:17 p.m. in the Granite Plaza office tower on West 42nd, and I'm halfway between the lobby and the 18th floor stairwell landing when I realize my laptop is still upstairs, open on an important proposal. The alarm is screaming, the red strobes are flashing, the stairrail feels ice cold, and the whole stairwell smells like dust and burnt coffee.
You heard evacuate and said, counterpoint?
Fully, because everybody's getting pushed down, security's on the radio, people are shoulder to shoulder, and my brain goes, nope, that file is still recoverable.
Oh, so now you're in a custody battle with a MacBook.
I actually turn around and try to squeeze back up. A security guy points at me and goes, ma'am, absolutely not. And now 100 strangers are watching me fight for my life over a silver laptop.
That is exactly as humiliating as it sounds.
And the worst part, it had auto-saved it. The file was fine. I just publicly auditioned to be the dumbest person in the building. That's loss aversion. My brain would rather risk looking insane and making everything worse than accept losing something that still feels savable. And you already know half of us would do the exact same thing before one calm thought shows up. There was never a fire, but I still evacuated my dignity. I accidentally joined a 5K over a pair of jeans. It was 6:17 p.m. and I was just trying to return jeans to Nordstrom before the Glendale Galleria closed. I had the receipt, the jeans, and iced coffee sweating through the cup holder. Very normal errand.
Already a dangerous sentence.
I take one wrong turn in the parking garage, follow a line of brake lights, and suddenly I'm getting funneled out onto this side street full of orange cones, folding tables, and people stretching like it's the Olympics.
No.
Yes, a volunteer in a neon vest jogs up, smiles, and clips a bib onto my hoodie like, perfect, you're in wave 3.
You know you can speak.
That's the worst part. I could have said something immediately, but once I was holding the safety pins and a banana, my brain was like, well, we've committed. So now I'm half jogging next to actual runners with a Zara bag, still clutching the jeans, trying to look intentional.
Athletic return policy.
I did almost a full mile before cutting through a church parking lot, getting back to my car, and missing the return window anyway. That's sunk cost fallacy. My brain would rather keep paying for one dumb turn than admit the first turn was stupid. And you know how your brain will let one bad choice ruin the next 20 minutes. So I came home with the jeans, no refund, and a race banana.
Congrats on your personal worst.
I had to explain why I was holding 2 escaped doves outside a wedding. It was 7:42 p.m. in the Ralph's parking lot on Ventura, and my only job was returning an Amazon package before the UPS counter closed. I had the box, a melting iced coffee, and one AirPod that kept saying battery low.
So already not your best build.
Then this white blur shoots past my face. I duck, this little kid screams, and an aunt in rhinestones grabs my arm and goes, thank God you're here.
Oh no.
Before I can even say, I'm literally not, she shoves the satin-lined pet carrier at me, points at a second dove under a Camry, and now there are like 12 people staring at me like I'm the professional. So I crouch down on hot asphalt, smell gasoline, my coffee is dripping on my wrist, and this man in a suit goes, Miss, the release is in 4 minutes.
The release of what? Your sanity?
I catch the second bird by pure panic, and that was the mistake. Because the second I looked competent, everybody doubled down. Grandma thanked me, a bridesmaid handed me tape, somebody clipped a corsage onto my hoodie, and then the actual bird handler showed up.
Amazing. So now there are 2 of you.
That's social proof. My brain would rather accept a ridiculous role than stop a crowd and say, you all made this up. So for 6 full minutes, I was apparently employed by the wedding industry. Social proof is when everybody acting certain makes you betray your own reality. And if you've ever gone along with something insane just because everyone else looked confident, yeah, you're my people. I missed the UPS cutoff, kept the corsage by accident, and somewhere in a family album, I am the Dove Girl. I had to body check a goat in front of 50 seniors. It was 5:11 p.m. at Maple Grove Senior Living, and I was literally just there to drop off my grandma's insurance forms. I've got a blue folder, squeaky flats, that aggressive hand sanitizer smell, normal errand. Then a lady with a walkie-talkie shoves a bucket at me and goes, if Stanley bolts, shake this.
Why would that sentence exist?
I thought Stanley was a small dog. It was not a dog. It was a goat. A tiny goat in a birthday hat. And for one beautiful second, he's calm. Then a balloon pops, he loses his mind, and now he is sprinting through the courtyard toward the koi pond while 30 retirees are cheering like it's the Super Bowl.
You should have left. Immediately.
That should have been my cue. Instead, I run because my folder's under one arm, the cracker bucket's flying everywhere, and somehow I'm now the nearest adult. I catch up by the gazebo, grab the hat, miss the goat, and fully eat mulch. which would already be bad, except the residents start clapping. So now I have to get up like that was on purpose.
Great. Now you have to commit.
I finally stop him by basically body checking him into my shins. And now the staff is smiling at me like I've done this before. Then they asked me to stay for the photo because, quote, he trusts you now. That's social proof. Once a whole crowd acts like you belong, your brain stops checking. And if you've ever stayed in a situation way too long just because everyone was already looking at you, yeah, same team.
So did Grandma get the forms?
Yeah, and I got tagged on Facebook as our brave goat volunteer.
30 strangers started clapping, and I was the one holding the ring.
Nope. That's not a misunderstanding. That's an emergency.
I'm on this rooftop just trying to drop off my coworker's charger and leave. Hair wrecked, iced coffee melting down my hand, minding my business. Elevator opens, and it's candles, violin, string lights, full movie scene nonsense. Then this woman in a headset sees my silver gift bag, grabs my coffee, slaps a gold wristband on me, and goes, "Perfect. You're late."
And you heard that and stayed?
Everybody looked so calm. Bridesmaids, cameras, one guy hiding behind a fake hedge. So now I'm getting speed walked across turf with a velvet ring box, and I still do not know whose proposal this is.
That feels like step one information.
A guy with AirPods leans in and goes, "When he points, hand it over." Then he points. I step out from the wrong side. 30 heads turn. She sees me first. Violin starts too early. And for one full, horrible second, it looks like I'm proposing with somebody else's ring.
That is a hostile entrance.
That's pluralistic ignorance. Everybody acted like there was a plan, so my brain decided asking questions would be more embarrassing than joining the disaster. Some of us do not follow red flags. We follow confident women with headsets. He did get engaged. I did hand over the ring, and in 3 separate photos, it looks like she said yes to me before he even got there.